Hey everybody, Jeremy here. So today I have another one of these McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figures. I got the Joker as he was depicted in Batman Arkham Asylum, one of the best games I ever played, and a game that had one of the best combat systems of all time. To this day, people still borrowing from it. So I got this from Best Buy. I did a curbside pickup too. There's only one left in my store. And when I saw him online, I was like, yeah, he looks pretty cool. I think I'm going to pick him up. This is coming hot off the heels of my Wonder Woman 1984 Golden Armor review, which I really enjoyed that figure. And I did put it in the case right there behind me. And so for the Joker here, he also has a Batman counterpart, Batman from Arkham Asylum, which I'm probably going to end up getting that one as well. No Build-A-Figure parts for this particular one. And then looking on the back, of course, you're going to see some more figures that you can get in this line. I think McFarlane Toys is doing a really great job of the figures that they're coming out with. And right before we get into the review, I want to show you a few pictures for the upcoming figures from this line that was announced during San Diego Comic-Con 2020, the stay-at-home edition. As you can see, we are in for a treat. Hopefully, I'm in for a treat with this figure too. Can you really have too many Jokers? I don't think so. So, without further ado, I'm gonna open them up. I'm sure the Joker would appreciate the knife, and we'll see how cool he really is. Well, McFarlane Toys has done it again. This is an awesome Joker. And you know what's inspiring about McFarlane Toys, the modern day big box store McFarlane Toys, is that they went from something like Color Tops, which I really liked and admired for their sculpt, but people were upset because the articulation wasn't all that great. And Todd McFarlane pushed back on it. He's all about the detail, and he didn't want to have articulation where it didn't make sense, but people wanted that option. But he listened to that feedback, and now we get this DC Multiverse line with figures that have really good articulation in addition to these really good sculpts at a $20 price point. Yes, that's the way that it should be. So let's take a closer look at this Joker as we've seen him in Arkham Asylum. Really great likeness of him here with the elongated chin, the long nose, the receding hairline on both sides. It's just great, and the colors are great too. Classic Joker, purple and green with some yellow there. It's just really good. Of course, they come with this black stand, as all, well, most of the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figures come with the exception of the ones that can fly, like Wonder Woman and Superman. They have clear bases with stands attached as well. But yeah, man, this is just great. This, you know what this reminds me of? This is kind of getting up there to like NECA quality as far as paint and scope goes. I am not joking. And you know how good NECA is with this kind of stuff. But just the amount of detail that you can see, and then the different shading that we have, it's not just one singular color. Like, this is not just yellow. You look at it and you see like, hey, there's a little like black wash in there and everything. Same thing with the flower right there, and same thing going on with the hair. You know, it really helps to accentuate a figure, and it really helps to bring out a lot of the detail in it. And seriously, like this is getting up there with NECA quality, only with smoother, and I would argue, better articulation. Yeah, I love competition. This is what happens when you get it. And these are a lot easier to find than NECA figures. Most of them, by the way. Anyway, this is not a versus thing. I just want to tell you about this. So let's talk about some accessories that the Joker comes with. You can see here he's holding these wind-up clattering teeth, which is like a trademark of his. This is just one. And then we also have this other clattering teeth piece, and this one just has the mouth open. They don't do anything special. They don't close or anything. They're just there. And I would think that if you're just gonna, you know, put them up on your shelf, this base is good enough that you can just drop the teeth right there at the feet, and I think that it will work. Another thing that you probably saw that Joker is hiding away is that revolver right there behind his back. I put it behind his back because I feel like that's a very Jokerish thing to do. Distract you with one hand, shoot you in the face using the other. So yeah, it's a really nice looking gun. It feels really weird to say that, but yeah, it is. It's very simple. It's just silver and black, but there's not like weird black paint on the chrome paint. You know, it just looks like a good old fashioned, huge, almost comical, but you know, it's not very funny. Huge gun that the Joker would have on him. So it's a good juxtaposition between his seemingly frail and skinny body type, and he's wielding a massive gun. I'm going to take him off the base right now, talk a little bit about that articulation. Now, if you checked out my Wonder Woman 1984 Golden Armor review, the articulation is pretty much the same with this Joker. Not really anything different, but in case you didn't see that one, let's go over the basics. If you want to start at the toes, you got this toe articulation right there, and it goes all the way up, so that's great. It doesn't move down beyond what would be the regular point of your feet being flat. And of course, when we look at the knees, they are double jointed knees. You know, also cool thing about the Joker are the poses that you can put him in. You can get whimsical and it won't look weird. Like for example, if I wanted to, you know, keep him kind of like this and bend him back. And by the way, that is that torso articulation, which kind of wants to snap back once you pull it back, but you can just have weird poses like this. And it totally works for the Joker all the time. So at least you get the freedom of articulation when it comes to him. Can the Joker do the splits? You bet he can do the splits. Try to get him all the way down. There's going to be a gap there, just like Wonder Woman, but you know that that possibility is there. As far as these arms go, we do have ourselves some good old-fashioned double jointed hands. Hands? No, elbows. Double jointed elbows for the Joker, which, you know, works really well with this open palm hand because you can have him touch his face or just something that a crazy person would do. Looking at his head here, you can't really lift his head up all that much, but it has a pretty decent down effect to it, a down pose. And then you can also kind of pivot it a little bit to the left and the right. And of course, just like Wonder Woman, you can turn it all the way around 360 degrees. So very comfortable range of motion. And it's also, just like Wonder Woman, it's not super tight, but it's not very loose. It's just right. That's all for the articulation. You know, you're not going to have a problem getting him into a pose, whether or not you can keep him in that pose for display using only this base. That is something that is probably not possible for some of the crazier poses that you might want to put him in. You know, this base, it's very light. So what tends to happen is it gets off balance and then it starts to lift and then he starts to fall. So you probably can't get too crazy with poses just using this base. But there's plenty of third-party things that you can get in order to help you out with that. But the possibility is totally there. So yeah, McFarlane Toys is definitely winning me over with these figures, and I am really looking forward to getting some more. I kind of feel like I have to get Arkham Asylum Batman just so I can put him next to him. It's just the way that things have to be, and he looks pretty cool as well. So yeah, just keep if you're a DC fan, or even if you're not like a huge DC fan, but you appreciate good figures and you know who these figures are and you wouldn't mind having some on your shelf, you wouldn't mind an Azrael, you wouldn't mind a Red Hood, you wouldn't mind a Deathstroke, you can get these from McFarlane Toys. And if the quality from like this one and the Wonder Woman and the Unchained Superman and the Hellbat suit Batman, if all that quality holds up, which I think it will, we can have a whole shelf dedicated to just these figures. And they're in the same scale and it just looks great. And they're easy to find. You get them at Walmart, get them at Target, you can get them at Amazon.com, all over the place. You don't have to worry about hunting around for, you know, different exclusive, at least like not right now, for characters that you otherwise would not be able to get. So yeah, that is it. This was fun. You can expect more McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse reviews from me because I am smitten with this line. Started off rocky, but now I kind of gotta have it. So everyone, thank you so much for watching this. Until next time, I'm Jeremy. I'll talk to you later.